Great performance, and we are ready to get into this one. It is going to be Pensioners on the T side, Wind and Rain on the CT side. It is going to be the defuse kit for Daddies alongside a smoke, and Kevlar available for everyone else. I'm just going to call him Daddy's Ed.
Okay.
I think Daddy's is...
Yeah, I see what you mean. Cryptic straight out towards mid. Smoke for window is good, but ENCE is the man to get the opening kill of the round. Connector play coming through, but Deos unable to stop that from happening, and Cryptix takes advantage with the opening. Lauti, though, drops the bomb. That's a big problem. Pensioners need to push towards this A site.
Well, it's Cryptix looking for a kill. He has only got one, and still 2v2 though. Emil Shine trying to wrap around the back of the boxes. It's going to be the USP taking a headshot, looking for a follow-up, and it will come through. Emil Shine, the player you told us to look out for, Alex, taking the first kill.
You could say he was shining in that round.
You could say that, Alex.
You could say that. People might hate me for saying it, but I'm going to say it. Yeah, really good round from Emil Shine there at the end. Just closes it out, got the information. Pensioners were very much focused on the mid play there, even though the bomb was coming from A ramp, which kind of became an issue for them. Once they lost that bomb, they didn't really have the players in position to recover it. And in this one, Pensioners want to get the quick bomb plant, and they could be in shape to do so as they rush onto the A site with the Glocks.
Well, the MP9 rattling off, and
wow.
Okay. ENCE just looks behind. The kill comes through on the USP as well. M4 is there, and the MP9 will finish off the job. Not a single player getting dropped. What a convincing start this is from Wind and Rain.
Yeah, the bomb plant for Pensioners, though, is really all they wanted out of that round, considering they invested almost nothing. The bomb plant is probably good enough. They're going to get themselves a proper full buy into this first round. The AWP is unlikely to be put into the hands of Lizzer as we head into this one. It's the full AKs for Pensioners, but that's not too big of a problem when you are up against the bonus round of Wind and Rain. The CTs didn't lose any players, so they hold on to all of their guns, and that is clearly not the smoke Daddies wanted. I think he forgot to jump, which is kind of unfortunate. No early B smoke for Wind and Rain.
Well, Molotov comes in towards the apartments. Gonna be smoked off as well, so at this point, ENCE just spamming through. Has already got himself a kill through the smoke already in this series. He'll be looking for a little bit more action as well. Obviously, if you spam through a lot of those narrow pathways, it can be pretty successful a lot of the time. Lauti up towards the window. Smoke comes through towards him. So Pensioners trying to use up quite a bit of the utility. Weber getting sent off towards ramp. Still a minute and 10 seconds to work with here for Pensioners. They're just trying to put the piece of the puzzle in the correct position, but while that's happening, Deos has just walked right through Palace. He's going to get so much info off of this and might just find himself behind multiple players.
Yeah, with the weak weaponry, I was expecting a few risks. I was expecting some aggression, but Wind and Rain have read this wrong. They think that A is clear. They fully rotated away from this A site. This is a disaster for the CTs.
Well, it may be a disaster for Wind and Rain, but Pensioners certainly will be loving this. They're going to walk right into a free A bomb site. Eventually, Wind and Rain will know what's happening. They'll have to come in for the retake. Kit is available on ENCE and Daddies, but it's going to be the kill from Shinny. It does take away Emil Shine. And that definitely is an impactful player that Wind and Rain would have loved to have had still alive into this retake attempt. Shinny about to walk through towards jungle as the smoke fades. There's a player close, and Shinny looks away. And it's going to be the kill.
Deos with a spray down onto the second man, but the time is ticking for Wind and Rain. They have the kits in hand, but they don't have the frags they were looking for. ENCE forced to try to close the distance with only the SMG, but Pensioners have got the round in the bag. AK could be saved, though. That's something nice for ENCE to get away with, but it's Pensioners who get on the board early, thanks to, unfortunately, that misinformation for Wind and Rain. They were so sure that A was clear after pushing through Palace. They basically had the information everywhere on the map except for mid and ramp, which is where Pensioners ended up pushing from. However, here comes the buy into round number 4. AWP goes into the hands of Deos. We also see an AUG in the hands of Lauti. One of those scoped rifles continuing to come through after the nerf. However, Pensioners are happy sticking with the AKs for round number 4.
Well, Let's see if they have anything in plan here, the Pensioners. Something we actually seen develop a little bit more on Mirage recently was just straight up avoid the defaults and go straight in towards A executes. There's a lot of pro teams doing that at the minute. We've seen the likes of Heroic, Optic. They love to just abuse the A bomb site with smoke executes until it just doesn't work, and then they slightly adapt it. But Pensioners seem to want to go and try and take that more orthodox approach of taking mid control, and it is Deos who's taking the kill onto Shinny. So the man advantage is available for the CT side, thanks to the AWP, and that's a weapon that can definitely find you success, especially from the CT side. Once Pensioners get over towards that other side, and sure Luzza want to get it into his hands, but there's another attempt for Deos towards the top of Corn. Missed that shot, the flash will have to go in instead.
This time Pensioners focusing much more on A with the players in towards ramp. Weber gets one entry through, but Deos has a clear line of sight with the AWP. Again, missing the shot there. Deos struggling to connect with this sniper, and Pensioners up to a man advantage. Slowly but surely racking up the kills on the A play. The bomb is going to be planted safely, and sadly for Deos and Daddies, they're not really in position to get any quick kills here. Ooh.
Well, August creeping closer. Scope is in, spots the head and trying to rattle it off, and eventually Daddies will pick it up. The rest of the side starting to make their way in as well. Molotov burning towards Sandwich, looking back up towards the Pal's position. It's Weber with one. Dale steps in, that's all on Weber. 4 HP, does to tap the bomb, and what a nice reaction. Back up towards Palace, and it's Wind and Rain, 3-1. It certainly looks like their individuals are showing up, which is a scary sign for Pensioners.
Yeah, Deos having a really great round at the end there. That first kill on towards Tetris was taken quite quickly. The second frag on towards Palace was incredibly quick. Only needed 1 or 2 shots to finish the job. However, here comes the AWP for Luzza. He's yet to get a kill on the board. That needs to change in this round. Pensioners have invested heavily in towards that sniper. Jacob can't even afford a primary weapon. He's had to go for the P250. Luzza's AWP not in position to get the opening just yet, but that's because Pensioners are taking a slow start to round 5.
Ooh. Well, all right. Daddy's taking quite a bit of damage on board, and he will be dropped to 34. Good chance for Pensioners to try and take the advantage, but Lauties went on a bit of a push to the ramp. He'll look to try and solidify control. That smoke's not exactly where he wanted it to go. It looked like he wanted to bounce off the stairs to go towards the lower part, but fortunately enough, there's no one really there, so eventually the Pensioners are going to start to walk through connector where Ents is currently waiting. The FAMAS will take that kill. Lauty playing on the edge of the smoke. Prestis is exactly what he was looking to throw. The one-way lines up to, and that is well played. The smoke definitely working out for him there, so 2v4.
And Luzza's AWP unable to really have any impact early into this round. Doesn't get the chance to fight, and he gets left in the 1v4. Missing the shot up close means that it is going to be Lauty closing out the round with a triple kill. Nice work from him in towards a ramp. You could see that Pensioners just were not ready for that position either. The player dropping down from above gives away his positioning with the shadow. Makes it really easy for Lauty to get the opening kill on the man in mid-air. And a nade stack is in play for Pensioners towards mid. They will try to put all of these nades into window. Deos has got to be careful here. These nades could touch down towards him, and the AWP is gone.
Well, there we go. Good chance here for Pensioners to do some damage further. Let's Immel Shine up towards short. He'll take the kill on the JCam. Luzza under a little bit of pressure here with the AWP, and there's the kill. He won't pick it up. Looks back up towards ladder room. Missed shot. Needs to stay alive, but Immel Shine will take him away, and another one from Immel Shine. Certainly showing up here as Cryptics will take one shot, but Immel Shine, what a round from him. The ace comes through. Incredible, incredible showing here.
Right place, right time for Emil Shine. Picks up the ace on towards the mid-hold. Luzza there couldn't really get enough done with the AWP. Once he got it into his hands, he got the one frag, but then Emil Shine was in position with a really quick triple kill. And Wind and Rain want to compete for the mid control. They've got themselves a couple of players pushing forward, and Luzza currently has a flash in hand. Shaney goes down, the flashbang is good. Cryptic's trying to find the trade, but eventually it's brought into the 3 versus 3 after the initial exchanges.
Well, the bomb is being brought back from T-spawn and towards the ramp area where Weber is currently playing from. They have got Emil Shine just off towards the stairs, one back towards CT in the form of Deos with the AWP. He'll be looking down the barrel, trying to spot what he can, but it's going to be Weber with the headshot. And it's going to give the advantage back over towards the Pensioners, the T side. They desperately need this. They've been outclassed at every front, but it's Deos looking to try and follow up, and there it is. AWP pulls it right back into a 2v2, and they've tucked up tail. They've run away from A, back in towards the B bomb side, but Daddy Z is still standing here.
Org at the back of the site successfully sprays the first, but not the follow-up. Luzza is going to get onto the site, has to use the smoke to keep himself safe, and Deos is in position, but he's got the pistol out. That could give Luzza a better chance in this clutch as he gets that bomb down safely. The question is, does Luzza know how close this man is? He spots him out, but there's the pistol from Deos. Awkward angle for Luzza. He doesn't get to utilize it, and Wind and Rain storming out to an early lead.
Well, Wind and Rain certainly showing up here. And that is very positive to see. Although Pensioners, you gotta feel like at some point they'll step into this. They just need to get going. It's their first game of the day here in the playoffs. And I'm sure they'll want to make sure that they turn up for the occasion. It is going to be the AWP in the hands of Luzza. He'll head his way towards middle. Molotov goes in from Deos. He will try and peek beyond it. But Shinny just standing back in the ramp, just biding their time this time, Pensioners. 2 in towards ramp, the rest towards top middle. The bombers are currently there as well, Alex.
A lot more Orgs than I was expecting as well from Wind and Rain, considering that recent nerf. Most players have switched over to the M4A4. The Orgs firing rate has been reduced from the same as the M4A4 to the same as the M4A1S. So the firing rate is much decreased, and that's a big part of the reason why players don't use the silencer on the M4, is that slow rate of fire. So the Org maybe not as powerful as it once was, but Wind and Rain want to try to stick with it. And it should still be good at long range with the scope, so that's where we need to see Wind and Rain take some of these fights.
Well, Luzza, scope in, missed shot. He's done a few of those to this point. Fair enough to him, that was a difficult one. If he overextends though, Deos is waiting for him. And he has been hitting quite a few shots himself. There's the kill. Another kill going in from Lauti as well. They open things up, and Wind and Rain certainly looking like the strong force here as they're just playing off each other brilliantly. All the kills coming in. It's all on Shinny. And 1v4 as he looks for the headshot. Ents will drop him, and Pensioners are just being outmatched at every front.
Yeah, you can see the loose playing style come in from Pensioners here, where they are generally just spreading across the map and trying to take fights. We haven't seen, for example, those A smokes that teams like to often go for to maybe take control of the site. We haven't really seen any plays towards B, or at least any set plays towards B. This one could be more structured though. Pensioners lining up some nades towards A, but they've only got the 2 smokes to make this work.
Well, smoke will go out towards CT. Follow-up smoke coming in from Lauti. Off towards ramp. So Pensioners, their information flow has been severed. And I really feel like Wind and Rain could walk away with such a one-sided half if they keep this level up. It's going to be the close play from Lauti, although the headshot comes in for Luzza. Has upgraded to the AUG. It's got one on the AWP, and look at that damage being done from the utility. Absolutely no chance here from the T side as they all crumble. It's 8-1. Already Wind and Rain win the half, but at this point it's hard to see them not winning by quite a substantial margin. To change my opinion on that is the buy from Pensioners.
Yeah, well, Wind and Rain looked really well prepared on the A-hold in that round. They had almost everyone rotated towards A. Maybe Pensioners need to be a little less obvious in some of these pushes. it's going to be some mid-aggression early from Wind and Rain. Deos trying to find the shot through the smoke, but Pensioners have moved forwards, as has Cryptix, but he is going to go down. Louty takes the opening fight for Wind and Rain, and Pensioners continue to move forwards, but they are unable to find the trade.
Again, just opening kill coming in from the CT side, no answer from Pensioners, and it is Emil Shine with another great headshot. Weber trying to play the contact play through ramp. Doesn't spot anybody. Has to fall away as Weber with the headshot. That is going to be the kill. And so the man advantage is there with the CT side. Can they keep it though? Emil Shine is barely alive at this point. It's Weber with the headshot off towards Deos, looking for the follow-up towards Stairs, and there's the headshot coming right back. Yeah, could he get more? Weber with the third. It's his fourth overall in the round, and he's looking for that ace as he starts to make his way towards CT. Ents is waiting, and Weber so close to picking it up, but it's not a 1v2.
Yeah, surely Weber has done enough here. Ents is so low on health. 4 kills from Weber and almost the ace, but Ents is desperately searching for a little bit of luck. Luzza's low on the site, but none of these shots connecting. Luzza stays safe behind the boxes, and Ents is being given no opportunities here. Pensioners are playing safe, but Ents gets the tap. Luzza's so low, one bullet, and he goes down. Luzza gets it with the Glock.
That was so close, too close for comfort for the Pensioners. Really looked like Weber had done enough with those 4 kills coming in. And suddenly it's into a 1v1 and 1 bullet as the decisive factor. Luckily enough, Pensioners will pick up the round win, and it's one that they desperately need. It's not exactly a sustainable playstyle though, having one guy get 4 kills in a round. You have to try and work off of this. This is the start that may just give them a few more rounds on the T side. Very fast pace towards middle here, Alex, and it will be Deos picking off the first player.
Yeah, Deos' AWP has consistently been hanging around mid, oftentimes getting the opening for his team. That's a prime example of that in this round as he sits in towards Connector. At least Pensioners have been able to move forwards though, and Louty might be in trouble, but he wins the fight. Flashbang in hand means he will go down at the hands of Weber, and Shaney is going to creep his way forwards. Dodges the flash, continues to sneak his way into position, but Deos is one step ahead of his opponent, and the bomb is about to be caught. Oh, it's not. Emil Shine not here in time, but Weber has got to get these kills, and that is not going to happen. Jacob is in trouble.
Oh yeah, so many different angles, getting flanked. It's about to be a Jacob sandwich. Well, he's actually gone to a sandwich. He's still alive at this point.
Knife?
He's going to come in behind.
Oh,
this would be the biggest BM ever. There's the knife kill. Emil Shine just walks right in behind him. And it'll be Jacob getting shanked up. 9-2. What a way to follow up on a run win by getting knifed to end the run. Yeah, this has not been the start that Pensioners are looking for whatsoever.
pretty ballsy from Emil Shine, though, into the playoffs to whip out the knife. I don't think they were ever going to lose the round, so it's not, you know, it's not as bad.
I mean, the performance that they're having right now is just so much better than Pensioners. They probably feel that confident they can do that, right? Everything they're doing is working. The only time they actually lost the round there was just because of an incredible play from Weber. And even that, it nearly wasn't enough, right? So Wind and Rain certainly looking like the better squad at the minute. And Pensioners a little bit quiet. And the scary part as well, the second round will be Dust 2, and if Wind and Rain have an individual performance like this, that might be a real possibility.
Yeah, Pensioners do rely pretty heavily on the individuals in general, and now that their individuals aren't showing up on Mirage, on maps that you kind of need to see those players step up, Pensioners have been given the freedom to make plays, but they haven't really been too successful, and Daddies is ready to flank, pushed all the way out through B. Again, Pensioners have really rarely hit that B bomb site. Finding a couple of kills, though. It's actually into the 2v2, so maybe this round is doable.
Oh, Daddy's behind them. And he'll take him away. So, Weber last player standing, 1v2. He really stepped up for his team earlier. He really did. And there's the headshot. 1v1 up against Deos. He'll move in towards the B bomb site here, and he's going to get it planted as well. Deos having to come in from the other avenue. It's back towards middle. He's got the AK-47. Certainly the weapon You just want to work with here, WaR in the close angle, especially with Deos running right into him. He might just find his clutch, and he sprays away. There it is. WaR with the 3K. He's really the sole reason Pensioners are even standing a chance.
Yeah, Weber, definitely the standout player. Honestly, on both teams, he's actually top fragging right now on the entire server, which is really impressive considering the circumstances. Wind and Rain have had much more of a team effort, though. Again, Jacob isn't really a player you expect to frag too well. He's kind of put in some of those difficult positions, but the fact that players like Lurza and Shaney and Cryptics have not really been able to get too many kills on the board is a problem. But here comes an A execute. The first time we've seen this from Pensioners in a gun round.
Well, 3 smokes deployed. This is exactly what you want to see. A little bit more structure. It's not very difficult either. It's just very simple, an A execute, and it can be so potent. But the problem is 3 players standing here, and that's going to be Emil Shine with the first. Shinny steps in. The USP still available, and there's Deos from below the wood. It's still even. A 3v3, a stalemate at this point. But still, Wind and Rain only with 2 USPs. They've got a CZ, but Daddy's on a flank again. Just feels so outrageous to say that.
Oh, he's got one as well.
This should be a kill, surely.
Yeah, and an AWP.
Take the kill. Don't go for the knife.
No,
there we go.
no.
Not again. There we go. Another knife kill. AWP in his hands, and it's another kill from Loudy. It's falling apart for Pensioners. All they were up against was pistols. And this is absolutely ridiculous. Molotov goes towards Palace. Jacob trying to pull off the clutch. They're just toying with him, hiding, biding their time as Jacob is forced into the open. He crosses towards the site, makes the right call, but Daddy Z is there with a headshot. 10-3, double figures for Wind and Rain, and Pensioners cannot get a string of rounds together.
Oh, that was the chance for Pensioners to get a few rounds together on their T side, and it's taken away from them. They could have been on for 5 or 6 rounds at the half, but now, as we head into the last 2 rounds here, it's not going to be easy for them. Again, against the low buy as well. To lose like that is never a good feeling. Feels as though as well that Wind and Rain have really had full control of the B side of the map. Pensioners very rarely fighting over towards B, and you can already see on the minimap, Louty has pushed through the B side of things, so Wind and Rain can fully stack towards A, and the bomb is in T spawn. Oh no.
Oh wow. This is certainly not the way the Pensioners want this one to go, but that's a good start. Cryptics will try and recover. Headshot coming in. He looks for a follow-up, and Deos has made the right call not to overextend, not to re-peek and give away his life. But oh, Shaney, that's a missed opportunity. Emil Shine wasn't exactly fully around the corner, and a kill has come in from Loudy, so it's back into an equilibrium. But as soon as I say that, Cryptics finally gets his reward towards top call, but Emil Shine is there again, and Loudy's just defending the bomb. They have to come towards him, and there's so many angles to check, but he might just be able to do it. There's the headshot, looking for the follow-up, and this is disgusting from Loudy. 3 kills collected, and Cryptics is into a 1v3.
Oh, Pensioners are probably wondering what the hell is happening right now. How on earth did they allow Louty to get into T-spawn? More importantly, how does Louty land those shots with the AK?
Yeah,
beautifully done.
It was so clean, it was disgusting.
So clean, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Nice. Can something be so? You know, I'm not going to question it, Dinko. I just trust you. I trust your brain on this one. Pensioners having to force buy into the last round of the half. I maybe wouldn't recommend fighting the AWP of Deos towards mid with the MAC-10, but they've got away with it thanks to a couple of early nades, allowing them to move forwards. Shaney is going to try to run right up into connector. Emil Shine trying to get the trade, but Shaney has the AUG in hand. This is so awkward, and Deos eventually gets it done.
This is just pure madness going on right now. This is looking so dire, but Pensioner is coming at them with pistols, just seeing what they can find, and, well, we'll find death in the form of Danny Z, and Emil Shine will take a headshot as well, all on Weber. He has been the shining light for the Pensioners. But this might just be a step too far. Danny Z has the angle. 12-3 half coming in for Wind and Rain. And they move over towards the T side. This is their map pick at least, so this is the one they should feel comfortable on. But moving into the next one, if they close it here, if they close it quickly, I'm going to have to expect the same. It's honestly looking like such a different level from Wind and Rain.
It really is. Wind and Rain have dominated this one so far.
And well, you seem to agree. Over on Twitter, the 64% believe that Wind and Rain are the roster to take the win here, 36% for Pensioners. If you want to have your say, make sure you interact on social media at Twitter. Go to @ESL UK. There's lots of polls to interact with, so make sure you get over there. And here we are, Alex. The second half. 12-3, Wind and Rain want the pistol to close it, whereas Pensioners want the pistol to have a slight chance of pulling it back.
Glocks fighting towards mid. Always a gamble, but Pensioners are unsuccessful in landing any of those early shots. This is a crossfire, though. This is going to be a bloodbath. Pensioners in position to take these frags, and yet Wind and Rain hang on. Emilshine in with another kill, and Wind and Rain come out on top.
Even when it's looking dire for Wind and Rain, they still make it happen. Another kill coming in from Lauti. It's all on Weber, and well, he's got a headshot. He might just have to get a little bit more than that, though. No kit available. He's got to go very quickly. A couple of kills are needed, both in that position. He surely will not expect the second player to be that. There's a headshot. He thinks that's clear enough. There's no way he thinks there's a player there. But if he reacts quick enough, he might just take the headshot as he's got a peek, and oh, well, there's no time in reacting for that. That is just instant death from Deos. 13-3, Wind and Rain 3 rounds away from taking us to that second map and having a very, very convincing win here in their first map of the second best of 3 today. And the thing is, in the playoffs so far, it's been pretty one-sided, Alex.
Yeah, I wonder if that's because these teams have stepped up, or if it's the opponents underperforming. That's something we'll have to look out for once we get to those LAN finals. Maybe some of these teams in the middle of the pack are stepping it up. Low buy for Pensioners. Shaney on the site itself is going to be sprayed down. Another kill for Daddy Z, and this round looks like it's over.
Well, a lot of problems can arise if you win the pistol but you can't win the follow-up. That's when another team can start to spring back into it. But the fact that Wind and Rain win the pistol and then win the following like this, without losing a single player, it's certainly looking good for their chances here. This will be the gauntlet being thrown down for Pensioners, but I feel like they'll have shaky hands and they're quite nervous about this one because, yes, we talked about the impact of Loza potentially being on that CT side, but he's got a glass cannon and they're down 14-3. So, yeah, this is going to have to be one of the best performances we've ever seen on the Pensioners to make this happen.
Oh yeah, it's now or never for them on Mirage, that's for sure. Shaney, positioned towards mid, picks up 1 kill for his troubles. Daddy Z moving forwards with the MAC-10, trying to jump into window. Decides against any further aggression as he drops back down. So Wind and Rain not wanting to lose any further players, and Shaney drops the flashbang at just the wrong time. Wind and Rain equalize the numbers.
As soon as I seen him just pull that off, I was like, oh, he's dead. There's no chance he's around for much longer, but luckily Cryptix is towards jungle, able to trade, but look at that spray. Just continuing the spray control. Emilshine will take the headshot. He may mess up the initial engagement, but as long as he keeps his crosshair in the right position, another headshot. This is just brutal. Oh, Pensioners are getting absolutely rinsed right now, but Loza finally steps up. It's into a 2v2 with a minute left on the clock.
Daddy Z is looking to make matters awkward for Pensioners in the back lines, but he decides to slow it down. The bomb's going towards B, so you'd think that Daddy Z needs to go and help them, but Wind and Rain have got the time to work with. The one fake flash deployed over to the B side of things. Loza not in position. Emilshine was over towards B, but he makes the run all the way back over to the A side of the map, and Daddy Z has got full control of CT. Yeah,
pushing all the way through there without having to use any utility as well. It hasn't telegraphed that there's even a possibility he is there, but eventually when the bomb gets planted, they'll know it's a possibility. They haven't got any control there, but the fact he's got that control is a big factor. They've doubled up in there, Alex, as well. Oh. Wow. Well, they go for the double push towards CT. 1 kill comes in. It's Daddy Z on the trade. 1v1 now as he looks for the clutch. It's going to happen. Daddy Z makes it happen, and it is going to be 15-3. Map point for Wind and Rain here on their map pick of Mirage.
Should we be calling him Daddy Z because we're English?
Yeah, but for some reason, I'm not English. Second thing is,
forgot about that.
Daddy Z doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
No, it doesn't.
We should just call him Daddy Cool.
Daddy Cool, that could work.
Daddy Cool.
Nice opening from Deos. This one feels like it's over, especially with Deos landing shots like that. Oh man, they are just getting put down. I mean, there's not much you can do in fights like these. Wind and Rain coming out on top in all of the opening duels in this one. Louty, I thought for a second, might get the man through the smoke. Doesn't happen for him, but the gun is too far away. The spam comes through, and there we go. Wind and Rain with a really impressive first map.